It's raining, but I want to take a quick video of this beautiful lily that's in a pot on my front deck. Look at that, isn't that gorgeous? And I'm just nipping over to here. Remember the lilies I bought in the pots? They're not planted yet. Just look at this one. I can't remember its name. I have the tag in the house. Just look at that. That is absolutely gorgeous. I hope you get the color. It is a deep red, a cherry red. And this one's going to be white, but it's not open yet. This is the view from my living room window that I've had all summer as things have come and gone out of bloom. I have pots on the deck. Those are those new lilies. You can see them from here. They're gorgeous. Don't know still where they're going to go in the ground, and you can see a butterfly bush in the distance. It's not shown up very well. Even some corn. I have planted some corn this year. See if we'll get any cobs of corn. So as I sit on the couch, I even can take in the potted plants. And this flower here in these two pots is a herb. It's actually cilantro, and it makes a lovely flower. These are the wild summer phlox, the late blooming ones, and they are gorgeous now. I have several clumps of them. They look beautiful. This is gorgeous. I can't really remember how this one ended up in this large plant pot. I think it was a baby last year that I just tucked away when I divided up some of the lilies. I don't know. I really don't know. I can't really remember. I'm pretty sure it was in this pot last year too. Just look at that. I can smell it. Slightly fragrant. And today, Saturday, one of my hand-sewn zinnias is in bloom, and it's a pink one. This Russian sage at the front in the fence box is absolutely gorgeous. Just look at it. And the sunflowers are getting to be ginormous. They're growing like 2 feet in a week in height, something like that. And this one's in bloom. This is one of the ones I bought at Withrose Farmers Market. It's called Sunny Double Bounty. And it is a different type of a lily. Look at that, an Asiatic lily. And here are these gorgeous ones. These are a really deep red. I have some of the same over there. I thought that they were going to just be red ones, but they're the same type as these, but just a slightly different shade. Here they are. They're lighter. They're not as deep in their red color. And these were a surprise this morning. cactus is in bloom, but it's so low to the ground. There's 3 plants very low to the ground. So what I'm gonna have to do next spring, I'm gonna have to lift these bulbs. I'm gonna have to mark them, lift them in the spring, divide them, put them back, fertilize them. Look at this, squash. I just found a cucumber. I didn't even know it was there. So I am very, very happy with these late flowering wild summer phlox. They are 6 feet tall and haven't suffered greatly from powdery mildew. So I'm happy about that. There's some more there and some more over there. And the ones down there that don't get much sun have powdery mildew. So more of those are going to be moved next year to a sunny location. The brown-eyed Susans, I planted 2 plants this spring and now they are looking really, really good. They suffered throughout the summer. I'm not sure if they were getting enough sunshine. They get all the morning and early afternoon sun. And it's about 5 o'clock now, so they're in shade. But there's Nova. But and same with I have 3 Russian sage plants here. I get all the mornings and early afternoon sunshine. They're in a dry location, well drained, and are not performing like the one in the front flower box. So these Russian sages, let me say that again. These Russian sages, which are not sage plants, but anyway, they are going to be moved next year. And I'll put something else in here. And there is 1 bud left on this awesome, deep, orangey red daylily. And the camera's not even picking up the proper color, I don't think. But there's 1 left. And that will be, it's a small one. There's it here, that's for tomorrow. What a shame. Daylilies last 1 day. And that's it. What a shame. The sedums are looking good. And here we have more buds. These daylilies. I tell you, this year, 2024, for the lilies, has been way better than last year. These sedum here, I planted 5 in a row. And either the dogs feed on this one or the slugs got to it. But the other ones are doing okay. So I'll leave them next year. And the other ones I'll leave. And I have 1 in a pot. And I don't usually have sedums in pots. But that one, it looks really, really good. It likes it. Hosta just loves that location. So, where are we? Okay. The birds, they're great. They don't move. They don't scream, bark, yowl, or poop. So 2025, I am going to try to do more along this fence where I have daylilies and hostas and parts of the ground that have tree roots underneath and I can't do a thing with. That's what I've done so far. So we'll see what I can do. It may just be pots. It's Monday, August the 5th, and just look at this blaze of these smaller dark orange lilies. Absolutely gorgeous. And the big hosta definitely past its best. Cucumbers and squash and some corn. A few potatoes. We had heavy rain last night. I wish you could smell these. They're dropping petals on the grass. When I walk past, I can smell the fragrance. They're so tall. That must be 7 feet, that one. And to me, these late blooming wild summer phlox smell like marzipan. There's some more down there. They have suffered a bit with powdery mildew, but not like last year. There's some more there, and of course here. Last year I had to wash the leaves with soapy water and get off the mildew. This year I left it, and we had some heavy rain, and it kind of did the job. It's not too bad at all. Hasn't killed the plants. Oh, I've got company. It's Phobos. This is what I want to show you. There's a stick there. I pushed that in a short while ago to protect this stem of lilies so that the dogs don't rub up against it and trash it. This is one of the new ones I've been waiting to open up, and I'm absolutely thrilled with it. It's not big. It's only half the size of the other beautiful one that I bought, but it's got 3 yellow petals and 3 petals that are dark orange with a yellow stripe. And the stake is there for its protection. And there are now a few more. There's a few more buds starting to come out, or to grow. So it's a late bloomer, which I like. I don't like all the flowers to be over and done with at the same time. Blush starting to come through on this sedum. It's a nice looking sedum too. I put some in. I divided a couple up into really tiny clumps, and that one has grown from a really tiny clump. It's about 4 times the size that I actually thought it would end up being. And these hostas have lots of buds, and the buds are starting to open up just a little bit. See, look at this clump, or this one hosta plant. It's only one plant. It is quite big. The buds are starting to open up. They don't open up at the same time. Some plants, some of them open up ahead of others, which means I'm wondering, the plants that were divided, and then there's new plants growing, they grow, they get divided, and another big plant grows. I'm thinking these are the ones, they all flower at the same time. Other ones seem to flower a week earlier or last a week later. They seem to be on a different clock. I'm wondering if they're from a different clump that was on a different clock, and that's why they seem to open at different times, to blossom at different times. Just my thoughts. I was happy to see this today. Look at this. Isn't that gorgeous? This rose bush is coming back into bloom. This is the one, Sun something. It's called Sonnenwelt, Sunny World, I believe. And here, this one also is coming back to life. It didn't look very good. It's got a lot of green growth on it. And look at that. That bee looks happy. And we can smell the rose. Some of my rose is going into some honey someplace. Maybe somebody be eating that honey somewhere. Maybe even myself. It's been a good year for flowers. Not a great year for vegetables. Everything was hard to get going this year. My tomatoes have all fallen over. I'm just leaving them where they are. And these pots at the side of my driveway have grown in nicely. These are the canna lilies. And I think out of all the ones I've ever bought before, which has not been many, these have performed the best. Some of them, with the dark red leaves, haven't even come into bloom before they've been hit by a frost. These were small and bloomed early, and now they've grown even taller flower spikes and are blooming again. They have multiple stems coming out as well. Here in Nova Scotia. Look at the color of that pansy. I like that. Ooh, I like it. Variegated sweet potato vine. I said that these hostas would be in bloom in September. Well, we're nearing the final week of August, and they seem to be in blossom maybe just a little bit earlier. And I said they were white. They start off white, but they have a mauve tinge to them. They're beautiful. everywhere that I have these hostas, they are now in bloom. And today, there are still some of these gorgeous small daylilies, and there's still a few buds left. I'm enjoying them. For this variety of daylily, it has been the best summer yet for them. I've never seen so many buds continue to just come and open up on them. Good morning. Wow, we had a heavy dew and everything's covered in dew and all the spider webs are highlighted, including the blossom on the purple smoke bush. And the sun is highlighting everything absolutely beautifully. And here's the buddleia, and it has a spider web, all highlighted by the dew. It's kind of beautiful. Here's another one, and it has a big spider in the middle. From the living room window, they just stood right out. The J.P. Connell rose has a fresh bloom out this morning. Look at that, it's gorgeous. And the gladioli are opening up. This one, look at this one. And there's one in underneath the leaf. Big sunflower. Zinnias. Look how tall those are. I started filming on July the 19th and they were about 2 feet tall. And now it's August 27th. They look like they're about 8 feet. There's another zinnia. Perfect. Look that. Don't you ever wonder how it is flowers look the way they do? Look at all those little tiny flowers. They're like a crown on its head. I know the answer to the question. You might not like it. Many of you will. That Jesus Christ, Lord, God, creator of all, everything by God, by Him, was designed. And mankind has caused flowers and trees and shrubs and animals to grow a certain way within the limits that were set. This sunflower's okay. For 2 days it was wilted really badly. And I gave it lots of water. Yesterday it was fine. And this, I don't know what's happened here, but this was looking pretty sick, and those stems have lost leaves, and I don't know if it was slugs. I've never seen anything like that before with sedum. Oh well. The hostas, the common ones, I guess I'm going to call these, the ones that I have the most of, are in bloom everywhere. Now the leaves are looking yellow, they're sunburnt, but here's the other thing. Look at that birch tree. I don't know if you can tell in the video. I noticed it this morning from back at the house. The leaves are turning. And in the morning, there are leaves on the grass near the house everywhere. I am so pleased with this. I am definitely getting several more of these panicle hydrangeas for next year, well, in next year, 2025. I really like it. Really, so I'm hoping it does as well or better next year. Vegetable garden with carrots and potatoes and a few flowers. There's a few turnips in there too. There's Daisy. And this small sedum, it's a red one, and I'm trying to think of what it's called. Raspberry Dazzle, something like that. I don't have the tag for it, and I'm not happy with it. It flopped, so I think that I'm thinking that next spring I'll divide it into maybe 3. The black-eyed Susans, the perennials. I'm happy, really happy with them. I've purchased 2 plants in the spring. They looked like absolutely nothing when they came up in the pots. They've grown into a nice sized plant, and I like the size of their leaves. So next year they'll do better. They will, and they've done okay in that spot. So I think they will stay. this hosta is going to come out, and I will probably be planting something else in its place. This hosta can stay. These hostas can stay. I just didn't get in here and trim things back. Look, I've got goldenrod, which I pulled it, all of it up, but some of that's come back, and I have some seed. And actually, you can't really see it. So, but this is the new garden, the newest one. It will look a lot tamer next year in 2025. It's right at the edge of the wood. So, and I told you how, in one of the other videos, I told you how I love these annual brown-eyed Susans that self-seed. Look, where they self-seeded from last year, I've just let them come up, and it looks, to me, I like it. It looks rather nice. And I'm going to let them stay there, and they can reseed and just sort of come up wherever they like. But I like them. They do well in pots. They need a lot of water. There's some more in a pot over there too. And they just perform, and they don't stop. Performing as long as you give them enough water. They just keep on going. All of July, all of August, and they will continue until the frost gets them. Here's my Brunnera. It's a new plant. It just didn't want to grow this spring. I bought it in a pot. It looked like it was going to do well, and it stayed dormant practically for 2 months. I followed the instructions. It's mostly shade it desires, so I moved it. It now gets the afternoon sun, and it's actually doubled in size. It is supposed, and it doesn't. My hand is bigger, but they are starting to grow. So I didn't want to put it in the ground because I knew that the dogs would trample it because it was so small. And I believe it's going in a pot, a large pot. And it will get some sunshine because this plant has obviously said it wants some sunshine. And maybe it likes being next door to the flamingos. Maybe. There's a content dog with a ball. That's Daisy. It's quieter than what it was on July the 19th when I started filming. The trees were full of robins, just singing their heads off, and sparrows. But now I'm hearing jays, blue jays, a few chickadees, and no robins. there's no birds singing. Car going down the road. I can hear the leaves rustling in the trees. Not a bird. I've been out an hour with the other dogs and I have not heard a bird. Welcome to the 1st of September.